Can you dance?
No, I'm terrible.
Are you?
I think so.
Has anybody told you you're terrible?
No, they're like, you got rhythm, you good, but I don't think I'm good.
Are you a virgin?
Denise, I'll let her play with you.
I was gonna say, most if you dance like you perform, you'll be better.
It's Harris, right?
Harper. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Who is Dez?
This is my character name. Would you like me to take it off?
You Dez?
Yeah. What you say?
Excuse me. Are you the director or?
Actor and producer of the show. Yeah. Yes, sir. What you say? Why you say, huh? Why you say, huh, when I was like this? Is that a shocker?
I don't know. I don't think I thought about which character you were playing when I was reading it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, you heard the theme music. You know it's after 9 o'clock and you know it's Thursday. So you know what time it is. It's time for the workplace here on KABF 88.3 FM, Voice of the People. Hey, I'm your host for the workplace, Toney Orr. As always in the house, my co-host, the Reverend Dr. Denise Donnell. Good morning, Denise.
Whoop, whoop. Grand Rising humans. Grand Rising on this Thursday morning.
Yeah, just a little more to work. We got work to do. I always love that song. Love it, love it, love it. So today, we got a special show today. We got a special guest in studio, Mr. Keith Harper.
Yeah, what's up? I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're gonna be talking about a play called Skeleton Crew.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes. But before we get started, as always, just want to thank you for tuning in this morning. Thank you for taking time out of your morning to listen to us as we have discussions about work-related issues and other things that come our way. You know, we free flow. So however the conversation goes, we will go there. But also we want to remind you that we are in Players Drive. We are in Players Drive. We are in Players Drive.
All right.
Yeah, so, you know, KBF has been around for over 39 years. This 28th of August, 39 years that KBF has been here as a platform for your voice and for the community. And so you can give 3 ways as you donate. You can go to www.kabf.org and you can click the donate button. While you're there, you can also become a sustaining member, monthly member of KBF 88.3 FM. Your monthly contribution will go to the sustainability of KABF. Remember, KABF is one of only 12 100,000 watt community radio stations, all nonprofit in this country. And so we all are volunteers. We do it because of the love that we have for not only the work we do, but you, the listening audience. You can also call 501-372-6119, and you can give your pledge donation over the phone. You can also call one of your favorite, over 70 shows we produce every week. You can call one of your favorite hosts and give your pledge. That number is 501-433-0088. Also, if you want to, you can send a check money order to 2101 South Main Street here in Little Rock, Arkansas, 72206. And if you are out and about and you want to do what a lot of people do, come by the station just to say hi, just to look in, just to say they were there. And if you do and give your pledge, I'll make sure that you don't leave empty-handed. I'll make sure you get a cup, a coffee mug, a t-shirt, a hat, a bumper sticker, a pen, a CD, a cassette tape, an album, something to let you know our appreciation for you being here. And before we move any farther, I want to give my illustrious, vivacious, beautiful co-host Denise an opportunity to greet you this morning.
Yes, yes, yes. I want to give you some announcements before we get started because I am excited about this conversation with our artistic director from Ozark Living Newspaper, Keith Harper, in the house. And we want to make sure that we make space for you. But let me give you these announcements before we get started. You are invited to share your thoughts. Ward 1 community meeting is happening on Wednesday, August 16th at 6 p.m. That's next Wednesday, August 16th at 6 p.m. at Second Baptist Church downtown, 222 East 8th Street. Mayor Scott and the board of directors want your input. Join us at one of 7 upcoming community meetings this month to discuss a potential 1-cent sales tax increase. Funding our city's priority needs is the goal, and we want to hear what you think about it. So Wednesday, August 16th, 6 p.m., we are always talking about ways to amplify our voices, and here is one way that you can be heard. Wednesday, August 16th at 6 p.m. at Second Baptist Church downtown. Also, there is on Wednesday, September 13th. So this is a save the date. Wednesday, September 13th, addressing food access in Arkansas, solutions to food deserts. There's a conversation happening on Wednesday, September 13th about food deserts. And I'm going to have to actually call them because it sounds like you got to pay to have the conversation because it says scholarship tickets available. So you can contact Samantha Collins, but I'm gonna get with Samantha and come back and make sure I understand whether or not they charging you to come to a meeting to talk about food deserts. We'll figure that out and I'll let you know. Also want to let you know that Little Rock Cares individual disaster recovery grants, their applications are open. The City of Little Rock residents that were impacted by the March 31st tornado, you may now apply for individual grants from the city's Little Rock Cares Fund to assist in your recovery and rebuilding efforts. If you need more information, just hit me up because this is a lot to read. 228-236-7440. I have all of that information right here. Be more than happy to share it with you. I also want to let you know that a Black Love event is coming up in November. Woo! Save the date. We don't have the exact date yet. We will let you know. We will let you know. And then we do have the date for my mama's game day in and out with tea is next Saturday, November 19th, again at the sanctuary at 520 East 16th Street. I will continue to announce that because we do want you to come if you are able. So next Saturday, tea, playing spades in the house. You are invited.
Yeah, and I just want to warn you, T is a card sharp. Don't get it twisted.
Don't let the 86 years old
don't get it twisted. I'm still traumatized from getting my butt whooped playing cards with T. So before we get into the discussion about Skeleton Crew this morning, just want to give you an opinion from something that I went to yesterday. Yesterday, the Regional Chamber of Commerce and the government, the Regional Chamber of Commerce had a press conference with the CEO of Dollar General. For those of you who don't know, it has been a project in the works for about a year now that Dollar General is building a distribution center here in North Little Rock. So yesterday, the Chamber of Commerce had this big press conference. Governor Sanders was there, French Hill, Rick Crawford, Rick Womack, I think it's Rick Womack. He was there. Those are our 3 congressional officers for this area. Mayor Scott was there. Mayor Hartwick from North Little Rock was there. And of course, all the different businessmen and everything. And so they were talking about food insecurity and how Dollar General is stepping in to fill in the gap for food insecurity by offering fresh produce. And to me, it was the same old. As they say, it was a dog and pony show. It was saying all the right things and talk about how it's going to bring jobs and help this food insecurity. And so after the press conference, there was this meet and greet in the atrium of the chamber building. And I got a chance to talk to the CEO of Dollar General. And so I asked him about, with all the different issues going on with Dollar General, that the employees were, that a lot of employees were upset about the work, and that so many of them are trying to form different type of unions. And was Dollar General going to address those things? And would that be something that this new distribution center was going to have, offer 300 jobs, around 300 jobs? Is that something that's going to be addressed in this center? And of course, he did the political thing and said, "Oh, we are all teammates. We all work together. We're addressing those things. We're talking to our families. And we're talking to our workers because we're our families." And I said, "Well, let me get a card from you. Let me get your information so that you can come on one of our shows at KBF and just talk about it." And he immediately then said, here's my communications director. She will get you my information." And so what happened is that as I started trying to get the information from her, she said, "Give me a minute." Then she went back over to him. They whispered something, and then she went to the far end of the chamber atrium. And every time I started moving towards her, or every time I started looking at her, she would move somewhere else. It was like this. Okay, every time I would go, it was almost like, "I'm avoiding you, and I want you to know I'm avoiding you." So I finally got the pictures. Okay, you don't want to do that. But on the way out, they had, I don't want to put a specific number, but I know it was over 100 bags filled with fresh produce: bananas, peaches, nectarines, strawberries, blueberries, and grapes, that they were giving out to the people who came to this press conference. Just giving it to them. To say it pissed me off, it pissed me off. For the simple fact that you're talking about food insecurity, but you're giving away food to people in this space who are not food insecure, in my opinion, because they're businessmen, they're millionaires, they have money. If you want to show how you're trying to get rid of food insecurity, to me, you could have stepped right outside and gave the food away to the homeless who was right outside the building, or you could have went to a Dollar General and gave that food away to customers coming in. So that just really bothered me. Then talking to a lot of people about it, then sending pictures of the bags to a lot of other organizations, talking about this is the BS that these companies put out a lot of time to try to cover up just that idea of making money. And so as we segue into Skeleton Crew, for those of you who know, the LA City workers are on strike. When I start looking at, and the reason I mention that, when I started looking at the information about Skeleton Crew, it's set in Detroit, it's set at an auto plant. And for those, I'm growing up in Chicago, a lot of my relatives, that's how they, as they say, came up, through working in auto plants in Detroit, in Flint, and Saginaw, on the south side of Chicago. And what had happened is that as automation came in, as jobs were shipped out, these plants started to close. And most of these plants were union plants, United Auto Worker plants. And so the unions played a big part in how the growth of those the automotive manufacturing industry. And so as I started looking at it, it just sent me back, gave me memories of my relatives working these plants, and so it became very fascinating to me. So what I want to do is, like I said, introduce Mr. Keith Harper once again, but also tell us about the play. Tell us, what inspired you to do this play and be a part of it, and how does that tie in? Do you have relatives, or do you have family members or friends who actually worked in the automotive industry?
So yes, thank you. My name is Keith Harper, actor and producer of Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew is a play. You pretty much already kind of went in a little bit, but Skeleton Crew is a play. It takes place in 2008. That is an important year. It takes place in the year 2008 during the Great Recession in Detroit, Michigan, at an auto plant factory where workers are about to lose their jobs. And they have to deal with retirement. They have to deal with health coverage, severance deals, all of these things. Just finding out financially, where do I go from here? So, the play touches on that. It's drama, but there's a little bit of comedy. I'm not going to say from who, but there's a little bit of comedy. The reason I picked this play is because I felt like it was relevant to what was happening now. I still feel like the economy is not in a great space. People are still on strikes. People are still having trouble finding jobs. And unfortunately, it's becoming a 360, not a 180, because a 180 is like moving forward. This is a 360. We're going back to 2008. And that's such an important year with the recession, Obama, Biden, all that jazz. So it was a really, really important piece. The themes are important. Blue collar versus white collar. You got supervisors versus employees. Race is a big thing in that. Masculinity, you know what I'm saying? The black men are at war. And look, verbally at one point, I challenge somebody else because I feel like they're not fighting for our people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really, really juicy play. And the monologues, the speeches given, they really dig into the themes. And you're like, oh, wow, the way it ends. Yeah. So I'm excited. Come check it out. And we have a pre-show panel discussion tonight. So with Larry Smith, KV Knox, and Agnolia Gay, where we talk about the themes of the show and some other things. But so, yeah, it's going to be dope tonight.
Okay. And when you mentioned that about 2008, that resonates with me because that was the year, like you said, when the recession hit and a lot of these auto plants were closing down. I had several relatives who actually went through that, where they were given severance pay, or they were asked to move to another plant in Ohio, and different things. But also, as I was looking at the information in the script, the main characters are black.
Yes.
The main characters are black, and as you talked about the interaction between the characters, about whether white
Well, one of the questions that I have is actually related to the brawl that we've been watching, that we've been involved in, the Montgomery brawl. You can look at the camera. Yes. Let us see your face. Let us see your face.
I was already with you.
Yeah, I know you want to see my face.
I do.
So the Montgomery brawl. There are several Black people who are making statements like, "I'm not my ancestors," right? And I think the message that they are trying to send is that I'm going to fight back. That I am not afraid to fight back. You don't intimidate me. You don't scare me. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to square up. That's what we say. Yeah. I don't love it because I feel like it's disrespectful. Right? To me, the message that I hear is that my ancestors weren't strong enough to fight. They weren't able to fight, but I am. And I think that disrespects the time in which they were living. And it disrespects the efforts that were made to get us to be able to be in a position where we can fight back in a different way. So I don't appreciate people that say that. And I thought about that when I was reading the play because Faye, Faye.
Yeah. Talk about Faye.
So Faye is the one that's been there for 29 years.
That's right. And
Faye is trying to make it to 30, and she needs this money.
You're right.
When you watch the play, you'll understand that she needs this money. It's a part of the quality of her life is affected by whether or not she gets this money. So it absolutely, positively is important for her to make it to these 30 years.
That's right.
But there also comes a point where she has to make a decision about her life versus the life of her cousin, who is her supervisor. And so she's going to make some sacrifices. And she's willingly making these sacrifices so that her cousin can maintain his life. And so when we think about our ancestors who were making sacrifices, whether they were voluntary or involuntary, they were making sacrifices so we can get to this point. So for us to now turn around and say, I ain't you, as if we want to divorce ourselves from them. We want to act like we're better than them. We want to act like we're doing something that they couldn't do. I think that's a slap in the face, just like I think that Reggie, who is the supervisor, and many times was slapping Faye in the face. Right? With his actions, with his words.
Okay.
And so we're going to have a real conversation about how we censor our ancestors in our bodies so that we recognize that we carry them everywhere we go. And we got to make sure that the decisions that we make are pushing even their memory, their legacy forward, instead of trying to act like we better than them. I don't know if I can say this on the air. I read the script.
Come on, reading the script.
I want to read.
Okay.
I don't know if I can read this the air. Can I read that on the air? Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. That last let me see. I don't know if I can, because I got a message. This last message. Can I read that on the air? Okay. I don't think I can read this.
You can't read it verbatim.
I can't read it verbatim. Okay.
But you can paraphrase.
Okay, so I just got a message from Phyllis Brown. Phyllis Brown says, "You are not your ancestors. Y'all are punk." Okay. Bleep bleep. All right. So basically, so Phyllis and I have been having this conversation, and what we're saying is, you got Black people now, who will not sacrifice their jobs to maintain their complicity in the system. And you got the audacity to say, you're not my ancestors? My ancestors put their body on the line every single day. You scared to stand up to your supervisor. You scared to lose your house. You scared to lose your job. They lost everything for us. And now we want to say we ain't like we better than them. We are not. As a matter of fact, we are weak, because we will not stand up in the way that they did. And so Reggie in this moment is towing this line, trying to figure out how he gonna be the supervisor and how he gonna be the cousin. And he's deferring to being the supervisor over being the cousin until he has to make a decision.
Right. Yeah.
But until then, he's for the man.
Yeah, that's right. He is for the man.
He's for the man.
That's right. Yeah. Because he got to eat.
Yeah, but the man, but the employees have to eat
you.
too,
Right.
Right? All of us got to eat. So
That's
what do you do?
Right. What I love about my character, Dez, he's youthful, but he's fearless.
Fearless.
He's fearless, and he fights for the people. and that's really, really huge. And one of Dez's lines, this is probably the last time I'm probably gonna ever, first and last time I'm probably gonna ever say this. One of his lines is, that color on your collar don't change your origins, and don't you forget that. Because Reggie, he has forgotten where he has came from, it appears. I'm gonna say it again, that color on your collar don't change your origins, and don't you forget that. So he is saying, hey, dude, you tripping around here. Hey, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You forgot where you came from. And they go back and forth, but Dez is challenging him. So when I hear you talk about the youth and the generation ancestors, I looked at it from Dez. I was like, I'm fearless, but you mean the overall my generation.
I'm saying we are fearless, but fearlessness looks different now than it did back then.
I
try to equate the two experiences and feel like you coming out on top because you can hit somebody over the head with a chair, I don't think now, don't get me wrong. What I feel like is they call him Uncle Jesse. What I feel like is that Uncle Jesse, this is how I would have been. With every swing, I would have been thinking about my ancestors. With every slap against their face, I would have been calling their names.
Right.
I would have been carrying them forward with me in this moment instead of saying, look at me, I don't do stuff like you. I just think we have to be careful. And Reggie has to be careful. He finds that out in this play.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I look at is when we talk about, when both of you were talking about how showing, that dynamic of here I made something or I have something and I don't want to lose it. That's why I was so excited with these Screen Actors Guild, the Writers Guild, the workers in the city of LA here going on strike. Who said that, you know what, I don't care, but I want something better. I need something different. But I've seen, like I said, firsthand how a lot of black people who have gotten something, they're so afraid to lose it. They're so afraid to give it up because now, and I'm going to use a term that Denise uses a lot, they arrived, and they're trying to forget. There are a lot of black people who are trying to forget, the ancestors. They're trying to forget where I came from. We're trying to forget that I came out the projects. Trying to forget that I was poor. And now I have something, and I'm not going to let anybody take that away from me. And that's the attitude of a lot of black people.
Yeah.
But they don't realize a lot of times that, what is it that you're trying to hold on to, because you're not trying to hold on to who you really are. And you use the term your origin, that you can't get rid of
at all.
So you're trying to get rid of that, but in the process, now you become complicit in what the system wants you to be,
right? Because
they want you to forget, because they, I don't want to say they want to forget, but if you forget, then you don't really see what's happening around you.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they want us to forget, but I know they want us to buy into the narrative that black people are inferior. So internalized racism is real. And I don't think we talk about that enough, especially as black folks, because there is a way that we can live we can be in right relationship together where all of us thrive together. And what this play continues to remind us is that the system of white inhumanity continues to pit us against each other.
That's exactly what it did.
And we fall into that because once we become management, now we feel it's the same as when they put the fence up at the plantation. Those of us that were in the field, we were treated differently than those in the house. And to the point where those in the house thought they were better because of their lighter skin.
That's right.
So colorism is real for us because they created that. And so we are still fighting all of these myths that they have told us about the power and the divinity of blackness, and we cannot change that until we have the real conversation about it. And so it got real with Faye and Reggie at the end. It got real,
it got
right?
very real. Yeah.
And so what I don't understand about Reggie is if they're gonna close down the plant, you're gonna lose your job too. And this is what I understand about people in management. So you think just because your collar white that they're not gonna fire you too?
Yeah. But yeah. So the white man sent Reggie to do the dirty work, and Reggie,
Always.
right,
Always.
and Reggie has to deliver the message. But Denise is right. At the end of the day, you finna be unemployed too, but you still fighting hard for him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's a very good way of putting that.
Yeah, because going back to one of my relatives, he became a company man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was a company man, and when there was an incident where he had to discipline his brother,
How do you do that?
he had to discipline his brother.
Yeah.
And I remember it just like it happened a second ago,
Mm-hmm.
where his brother looked at it and he called him Uncle Tom.
Oh, yeah.
And and as we're talking about this, and what it brings that back, but it also lets me know that is what's happening a lot of times in these workplaces,
Mm-hmm.
especially where you have a black supervisor, you have an employees are black, and they may be related, and instead of working together to try to move forward, you're doing the same thing. You have now become the trustee of the field hands,
Right?
And now you're going to treat the field hands this way because you want to please master, but at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, master gonna treat you like them anyway.
Exactly.
Because that's how master sees you. And I think that when we have these conversations about the workplace, I'm not going to deal with the relational, familial part of it. I just want to deal with it as workers in the space. And so what Reggie as a manager fails to, what he chooses not to do, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say he doesn't see it. He might see it. But what he chooses not to do is remember and keep in mind the way the system functions. Because you said it earlier that if you, as Dez is fearless. That fearlessness intimidates the managers, Reggie's boss.
That's right.
And so the boss says, we want to get rid of the one who's fearless.
That's right.
We're going to keep the Uncle Tom. We'll keep the coon, but we want to get rid of the one who's fearless.
That's right.
And so they create a policy
Mm-hmm.
so that they can target Dez. Do they not? And then they send Reggie to
do the dirty work,
to enforce the policy that they just made up, because they're trying to get rid of the one that's fearless.
That's right.
And that is real talk for Black people every single day. Most of us.
And that goes back to the plantation.
So what?
I said that goes back to the plantation when you got the field hand. I'm using that term. The fearless one. The master would come out and disrespect them in front of the group.
In front of the group.
Just to make him look weak. So that's all. Yeah.
No. You can take it out. I mean, because I want you to talk about it, but I do want you to take a moment though, since we have this little pause. You haven't told us when the play starts, where it's gonna be, where people can find tickets. Like, you said you was gonna give away some? Like, come on now.
Yes.
Thing.
So check this out here. We open tonight.
Tonight.
August 10th through the 13th, 7:30 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is at 2:30 at Pulaski Technical College Center for Humanities and Arts. They have a black box. This is probably the first or second play. No, this is the second play, full production in that black box. So this is a huge deal. This is Ozark Living Newspaper first full-fledged theater production in that black box. And this play, Skeleton Crew, is the first time it came to Central Arkansas. It was in Fayetteville back in like 2018 or something like that. But this is the first time it's in Central Arkansas. All black cast, all black crew. It's a pretty huge deal. The representation you see on stage represents that off stage. It's a huge deal. But you can get tickets at centralarkansas.com/skeleton crew, and we selling at the door.
How much are they?
We're gonna have $20, $15 for military and seniors and students, I believe. But we are selling at the door. If you come tonight, there will be a pre-show panel discussion, and we have an opening night reception. So come on through, please come. I'm giving away tickets too. Just call in. Just call in.
Call in.
I'm giving away tickets too.
What? They just call in and say, I want a ticket, or do they have to say the name of the play? What? Just call in.
Call in and tell me who it was written by, because I haven't told you. I haven't told you who it was written by yet. So call in and tell me who it was written by.
We can't do it that way. We can't do it that way because not all of our listeners have access to the internet.
Oh, to the
so
internet.
We can't do it that way.
Okay.
So we can just Skeleton Crew is the name of the play. Call in, tell us the name of the play.
And
Skeleton Crew.
And you would have 2 free tickets to a date of your choice.
10 through the 13th.
The 10 through the 13th.
Skeleton Crew. Listen, I'm giving y'all the answer. The answer is Skeleton Crew. Call in and say the name of the play is Skeleton Crew, and you get the tickets.
Yo.
Phone lines are open 501-433-0088. I forgot to say that at the top of the hour.
I'm giving away 4.
You're giving away 4.
So 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
501-433-0088. So call in and get your ticket.
Yes.
Now, when oh
God. Oh, hold on. What?
Go ahead, caller.
Wonderful dialogue, Skeleton Crew.
Yeah!
For Sunday, because I have to work. I am on my way to the rock now. Hey.
Yes.
So we need you to.
I love it. Yes, we need to have big, courageous conversations. We are all better for it.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to call. I know you don't want to give your number out over the air. So and you were driving. So how are we gonna? Because we got to get these tickets to you. So can you call us back?
Can you call me at 501-247-3869?
I'm sorry, I missed the 4th digit. I got 501.
247-3869.
247-3869.
That's it. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling you on the air.
What night?
Well, she can call back and tell us all
Okay.
that, right?
All right.
Yeah. Did you get? Give me a call back at 501.
Hold on, we holding on.
We'll hold on.
Holding on. What's his name? Strong.
247.
Come on.
3869. I didn't hear you.
Who do I
You
ask?
asked for Toney. All right. You're welcome.
You know what? Let's do 2 more. Why not? I'm liking this.
Oh, when you said 4, that's what I thought you meant, because you said you're giving away 2 at a time.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
okay.
those 2
Well, we're
callers
gonna
have
do
2
2
tickets.
more. Okay,
So
so
the
we
next caller has 2 tickets, and we're gonna do
Caller.
more.
okay, we're doing it. That actually was it, but they came back to back. He said, "Let's do it again."
Let's do it again. I'm
Oh,
cool with that.
yeah.
And each caller that call, you get 2 tickets. So we have given away a total of 4 tickets.
And we're about to give away 6. So
Call
in.
back.
Yeah.
Call
Tell
in,
them
call in,
call
call
back.
in.
Tell them call back.
This is absolutely exciting. I am excited to see. Have I seen you perform?
Nope.
I have not seen you
Caller,
perform.
you're on the air. Caller. Call back, caller.
If you'd like to make a call.
So I haven't
Call back, caller.
Call back.
seen you perform, and I'm excited. I'm
Yes.
excited to see you perform. I've seen some of your productions, yes, but I haven't seen you perform. And to know that you are Dez. Dez is the fearless one.
That's right.
That is the character that you are playing.
Very.
And honestly, I can't wait to see you perform, because
Yeah.
it does not. I don't see Dez in you.
Right.
In terms of someone who would come in with stuff in his bag,
Right.
be a target for
Okay.
folks, that, someone who looks intimidating. Oh, here goes somebody on the
Okay.
turn a call.
Caller, you're on the air.
Well, good morning to you one and all. Denise, Brother Toney, and guest, those on the web. I think I want to see this play that this test and this producer, this artist is talking about.
Yes.
Before I hang up, I want you to let me know where I can see it or what time I can, because I do forget things.
Hey, Matt.
I also want to say that Denise,
Yes.
I hope we don't have anybody out here trying to ones. I don't know if you ever heard about them or you never met them. But they armed themselves back in the 60s. And I mean, they were so formidable that I imagine everybody from the governor on down was afraid of them. I remember them. Someone older could certificate about it, but a group of black men in Louisiana armed themselves back in the 60s to protect themselves against white aggression. So we have always sort of stood up for one another. Imperialists throughout the United States, Muslims have always been protected of the weak. I mean, as soon as you hit the door, the setup for the whatever, you are surrounded by someone who cares for you in meaningful ways. I don't know how it is now, but it's something that is always troubling, if you will, in the black culture. And when you mention John Lewis was a nonviolent fighter. His fight was in a nonviolent way, not with fisticuffs. We have drones and planes and ammunition to go back at the enemy in a physical way, if you will. So we want to be careful about the good fight. If there was a euphemism that he was speaking of, he wasn't talking about physical. We've got good physical. Heavyweight champion of the world, for the most part, have always been us. But we were more or less like gladiators in a ring to satisfy, if you will, the sports enthusiast. But physicality, we were able to speak and provide the entertainment for the masses. The Thriller in Manila, the fight of the century. We've always had the best and greatest of the fighters, at least in my estimation, from my lifetime. That's what I've seen. So we want to be careful about the good fight. Good fight is to fight with all the might and all that is within you, because each man's joy is joy to me, and each man's grief is my own. I don't want to grieve, but no man is an island, and we all need one another. That's what the songwriter said. And we need each other as our brothers and friends. That means brothers, sisters, binary, whatever. So, non-binary. We all in this mess together. We all need to stand up for each other. And we need to fight in a way that will be formidable. And if we all do that, then we're going to make a dent in this so-called insensible mess that we're in, where folks say, well, you can't do nothing because they control everything. Everybody get together and stand up and make loud noise, walls and come coming down, and get on, get off.
Hey, man.
He didn't say it.
Yeah.
The next caller might, but the next caller might.
Yeah.
Do what you do.
Matt, you never gave the code word for the tickets.
I didn't hear that part.
Go on, give it to him. Go on, give it to him. I do too.
Am I missing something?
Do you know the name of the play?
You know the name of the play, Matt?
No, forgive me, man. Like I said, I sometimes forget what I had for breakfast.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want to come see the play?
I'm going to see the play. If it's not restricted, I'm going to see it. That's going to be my entertainment for tonight. I just want to remind me where it is.
Would you like 2 free tickets to the show?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Can you get his info?
We have his info.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, I'll give you a call later on, Matt.
Let me know tonight. We got you.
And I'll come up there.
Yes, sir. yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe you. I believe you.
Come on up, Matt, and bring your donate, bring your players with you.
I most certainly will.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
I want to, before you say something, Keith, I do want to respond to Mac. I call him Ezekiel. I don't understand what you're saying, Ezekiel, because I don't know how to fight in a war without being physical. We are at war in America. America is on a campaign that is anti-Black. And I'm not saying that you need to go walk up to somebody and swing on them. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm not saying that you pick a fight. I'm not saying that at all. But if you are at war, how is it that you say to a person, wait, be careful, because you don't want to fight because we just want to be. I don't understand that. I don't understand that mentality. I know when I said that there's a good fight, I mean that there are some times when us killing each other, that's not a good fight. I get that. But please explain to me how you fight and win a war without being physical. Help me understand. Go ahead. What were you about to say, Keith?
I think you don't have to be. I don't feel like you don't have to be.
So when they bust you in the face, you're gonna say,
That's
"Oh,
different.
this is what."
I'm not saying it's different, but that's like a physical action towards me. But my mind is thinking not only physically but verbally. That's what my mind went to, physically and verbally.
But that's the problem with us. When we talk about strategy, strategy contains all kinds of tactics.
That's right.
So no, I'm not saying we start physically, but it may come a time.
Yes. Okay, I got you.
And if the time arises, will you be ready?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah. It's a combination of physicality and verbal,
and mental and psychological.
Right.
Like there's all kinds of weapons.
That's right. Yeah. When you were saying it, I thought you were straight on. No. Yes.
No,
it's
I'm
all
not
of
saying,
that.
no,
It's
I don't
combination
fight.
of all of that stuff.
I don't swing on nobody, but I will.
I bet you would too. No.
Caller, you on there? Caller.
I need to start my radio right now. Okay, so I was trying to wait till everybody called Dr. Free Business, so I can call back on the phone. So a couple things. The earlier callers spoke of armed folks in Louisiana back in the 60s. I go back even further than that. In Chicago, we had Blackstone Rangers before they got deported. Before that, we had the Black Panthers. Before that, we had. What ends up happening with the I'm Not My Ancestors crowd is they don't know their history. I know perfectly well in my family, yes, Mississippi, where relative tragedy steals away, secreted out after busting somebody upside the head for saying and doing something they weren't supposed to, so they just keep living. So I just really want us to learn our entire history, and then we won't be hung up on the prefabricated history that we hear and absorb through mass media. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't mean to hang up on you. But yes, we heard you loud and clearly. Thank you. The call to action for us to learn our true history, the whole complete history, rather than what the myths and the lies that we are being taught.
Caller, you on there?
Yes, peace and blessings. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to remember your guest name. Keith?
Yes, sir. That's me.
Okay, and I never been to a Harper play.
Uh-huh.
I did a lot of reading on it. And, kings and things, before they went to war, before they made a big decision, they went to a play. Theater.
That's right. That's right.
Theatrics. It's theatrics. It's the womb of music.
Yes, sir.
It's the womb of language. It's the womb of communication. We all, especially we of color, we need to introduce Harper to the family.
Mm-hmm.
We are so far behind on that. I just want to say a good show as always. Peace and blessings.
Thank you.
Stay right here. You stay right here.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, caller.
Yes.
So Max said he didn't know where the play is. He needs to know the address. We got to keep giving out that information. 300
West Scenic Drive in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Zip code is 72216.
300 West
Scenic Drive.
SCENIC Scenic
Drive. 72116 in North Little Rock.
And that's at the Pulaski
Technical College Center for Humanities and Arts. It's on campus. You can't miss it. And there will be signs directing you to the theater tonight.
And one of the landmarks for that campus, Pulaski Tech. If you know where the VA in Fort Roots is, Pulaski Tech is right beside the VA. Before you go into, you keep straight to go to the VA, you turn right, you go to Pulaski Tech. For those who might not be address maybe address challenged, just if you know where the VA is in North Little Rock, Fort Roots, it's Pulaski Tech is right beside.
And I know that you said, Toney, that the main characters are Black, but my understanding is that all the characters are Black.
Yes, all 4 characters in the play are Black.
So all the characters are Black, and this play
Even the characters we reference are Black, give or take 1. Yeah, Boney J. Elder Johnson, who's been at the plant 45 years. All of these characters are Black, except for the one that sends Reggie out to do the work.
But we never see that.
Nope,
character.
we never see that character. All characters you see on stage is Black.
Okay, and then it's at 7:30 on tonight, Friday and Saturday.
That's
7:30
right.
p.m. But
That's
on
right.
Sunday it's 2:30.
That's right. 2:30 p.m. is our Sunday matinee. That's right. Closing on Sunday.
Caller, you're on the air. Caller?
Question: do I have time to give away 2 more, and then I'm done? Because this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. Just 2 more, and y'all know what to do.
The name of the play is Skeleton Crew.
Caller, you're on the air.
I'm sorry, folks. I am calling back because I was still at home. I already got tickets. And I just had a comment about earlier comment. That here's the day. Enjoy this. I called now. I was not calling earlier because I was like, what do you mean? You're not my answer. You don't know how much my answer is. Well, you don't know how many different groups were carrying weapons and defending us. And I went all the way back to the Black Celebration in Chicago, and the Black Dance Party, the original. And even before then. So we always fought. But just like there was Marcus Garvey, just like there was WEB, there was George Washington. We're both. We're Malcolm X. So we should not throw away the baby, the bad one, because there's a time and a place for everything, and we just need to be prepared.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, caller.
So yeah, let me reiterate that I am not. Again, I said we should not walk up to somebody and pick a physical fight. But fighting, putting your body on the line is part of war. It's part of the strategy. And I think that this, for me, it always goes back to the system of religion that has forced us to become, not forces us, because we choose to be part of this system of religion, but we become docile. Right? We become so forgiving. We become so nice. We become so saved, so holy, so sanctified, so filled with the Holy Spirit, so baptized in the blood of Jesus that we are not ready when the fight occurs, however the fight shows up, whether it's on your job, whether it's in your car, wherever it is, we've got to be ready mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically to fight. That's all I'm saying. I am not suggesting that you walk out and hit anybody. But if you hit me, then the expectation should be that you're going to get hit back.
You right about that.
And then when I say if you hit me, I'm saying the people that believe like me, because there are some people who won't hit back.
Yeah.
But don't assume that you can cause bodily harm to a person and that be okay.
You hit me, you gonna be in ICU. I ain't laughing. I ain't laughing. Ain't no callers, look, viewers.
You just don't put your hands on anybody.
Right.
That's the way you solve that.
Okay. Hey, it's been a great show today. It's a lot of information, a lot of discussions. For those of you here who have called and want tickets, please give me a call in about 30 minutes. Yeah, give me a minute, get situated off the show. Give me a call in about 30 minutes, and so I can get your name and your information so you can get your free tickets for the play. And just want to thank everybody for calling in. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all.
We're gonna have to get you on in the next coming weeks to talk about the response of the play.
Yes.
And how everything went.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing the play.
Yes, and I want y'all feedback when I come back.
Okay.
Oh, now you ain't got to wait till you come back for mine.
Yes, ma'am.
So tune in on Monday from 4 to 5 for Down with That with me and Neil. Next Tuesday for Community Voices with Denise and me. Next Thursday for the workplace with me and Denise. You gotta flip that around. And enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck. I know it's gonna be a success.
Opening
Thank
night
you.
is
Thank you.
tonight.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.